everybody. My name is Jessica. This is Crabapple Cove Crochet, and it is late. It is 9:46 p.m. and I have a show tomorrow morning. I believe it starts at 10 o'clock. Lucky for me, it's probably like a mile up the street from where I live. So I'm lucking out really big time with that. Um, had a busy day today. Had to take off work because there were some things that definitely needed to get done that can only get done during the work day. Had to go and get my new driver's license here in North Carolina. Been here for about 3 months, and everything that my husband and I had heard about getting your driver's license here was nightmarish. And people were telling us you had to make appointments. And then, I heard that you didn't have to make an appointment. So we did a little bit of research and we tried on Tuesday when both of us were off to go up to the driver's license office. And we got there too late during the day, and they didn't have any they didn't have any spots. So we said we get up early anyway. They open at 7. So, oh, I told you I'm so tired. Um, so we were up at 5 this morning to get there for 5:30, and we were sitting out in the cold um, and dark. Thank goodness McDonald's was open and I was able to get myself a coffee and a bagel to, you know, at least warm me up somewhat. Um, but yeah, so I did manage. I got we got the driver's license taken care of because without a driver's license, you can't register your car here in North Carolina. So, and I'm sure it's the same everywhere else. I just, my brain's not working right now. Um, I did have a list that I had made um, for me for things that I needed to um, restock for this week from last week's show. Things that got sold and um, I didn't get a chance to. Um, no, not that I didn't get a chance to. I was trying to get them made this week while I was after work coming home. Let me try and pull up my let's see. I have a list, of course, um, of what I started. My market prep list. Yes. So needed to make some chicks and eggs, Gengar, Pikachu, snowy owls, pencil stress balls, penguin swingers, Kirby swingers, mallard swingers, snakes, seals, possums, capybaras, footballs. Um, and some of that happened and some of it didn't. Um, so I'm going to go over what I got made and what I didn't get made. I had started as soon as I had gotten home last week with making the chicks and the eggs. I wanted to have 6 so that I could be fully restocked with that. So I have, sorry, I still have my spreadsheet up. Um, so I did get 6 of these made. Um, they're all made using Bernat. And since my brain is partially shut off right now, will, I can't remember who this pattern is, but I'll throw it up on the screen. This is probably going to be a really quick video because, like I said, it's late. I need to get some sleep because I need to get up and go to that show tomorrow. So yeah, so chicks and eggs we did. Oh shoot, I have to. have to put the mouth on Gengar. So I made 2 of him. He should be easy to put a mouth on. It's really simple. So I got 2 Gengars and 2 Pikachus. Um, Again, these are the Pikachu and the Pokemon patterns are free on Instagram. And again, like I said, it's naughty something on Instagram. I'll throw it up on the screen um, for that so that you guys can see that. It's also listed in my spreadsheet in the description box of all my patterns. Let's see. Snowy owls, which I have 2. I thought I used the same Bernat, but apparently not. I must have had just regular white Bernat for this guy, and this one is the baby Bernat. So he's a little bit smaller. He's also a little bit softer. But made 2 of the snowy owls. And let's see what else is on my list. Did not get the pencil stress ball made. Just wasn't happening. The the swingers, the penguin, the Kirby, and the mallard, didn't get those made either. It is what it is. Snakes were not really, they're on my list, but they weren't really a priority as far as I was concerned, so did not get those made. I did get a baby seal made and a mama seal. Whoops. And a mama seal made. Still need to put the blush on them. I'll put that on tomorrow before they go out onto the table. These are, I mean, it's pretty much almost an identical pattern. This, I believe, is from Plushie Co. Her seal pattern. It was a combo. She sells the baby and the mama together. So I have one of each of those, which I was glad because, like I said, last week they just flew out. Capybaras, I didn't get to, and I'm not completely out. I believe I still have 2 left in inventory, so that was not, like the snakes, it wasn't a priority. Footballs, I didn't get them made. Maybe I'll sit at the show tomorrow and try to get 1 or 2 of them made while I'm there. What I did do is I did do a couple of other things that weren't on, buzz on me, that weren't on my list, but watching videos and things like that, you're like, I want to make that. And so I went ahead and did that. I had remembered when I was crocheting, I don't even remember what, but I remembered that I had run out of my ducks, my rubber ducks. So I have 3 of these that I made. These 2 are in the new Michael's Demi Pearl. Have no idea what the colors are, pink and green. Um, So, but yeah. And then this one is in the chenille brights in the tie-dye. I don't remember which tie-dye this is. And this was a yarn chicken battle, and I actually won. So I think I had like maybe a half a yard left of that. So I had forgot that I was out of these, but now we've got 3 to put into inventory. Let's see, what else did I make? I wanted to try and make a Grinch, and I had this pattern that I had bought. This is from Plushie Co. The face isn't how she does it. I just kind of winged it, gave him some eyebrows and a little side smile and that. And this was done, oh my God, this is made in Naughty Pony. I figured I would give it a try for, one of my patterns this week. This was amazing to crochet with. It is so soft. It's got that slippery, soft chenille feel to it, and really nice to work with. I was really, really happy when I was using this. So yeah, so I've got one little Grinch that I made. We'll see how he goes. And then I had also seen, I bought this pattern because of course I can't go a week without buying something, but I absolutely fell in love with the design or the way it looked. Now the pattern creator, she used different eyes for him. Um, but here is my Grinch. Um, this is, I cannot remember who they are. Again, I will put it on the screen. She is I believe she's in the UK, but thank goodness the pattern instructions are in um, English instructions, not UK instructions. Um, but she has different eyes, and she does sell them on her website. Because this pattern, I didn't see it on Etsy, and yeah, I didn't see it on Etsy, and because I saw the pattern, or I saw her pictures on Instagram when I was looking for Grinch patterns, and she had a link to her website. So I bought the pattern off of her website. Um, for me, it was a little time consuming because I don't know, maybe I was just crocheting slow this week, but you make the legs separately, the arms separately, and you crochet them in. Um, and the body and the head are crocheted in one piece, and you just, increase, decrease, all that kind of stuff. And, his hair is pretty straightforward. Um, so I went online, I Googled, Grinch eyes, and I went ahead and found an SVG and made my own eyes with my Cricut. Um, so I'm going to leave him without a mouth, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to get my husband's opinion and ask him what he thinks, if I should put like a little, side mouth or something. But I really like how he turned out. This is with Parfait Chunky. This is the pistachio color, which I think is a great green color for Grinch. And then this, I believe, is Parfait Chunky Poppy for his scarf. So so I have two Grinches. We'll see. Like I said last week with some of my stuff, I haven't even given a thought on pricing. I'll come up with that as I'm setting up, and I'll just slap the tags on. Um, also remembered at some point today that I had sold some of my cows, because apparently I can sell cows. Now that I'm making cows, um, they're selling. So my Madeline Mako Highland cow that I didn't put the Highland hair on sold last weekend, so I didn't have that. My Chonky cow had sold 2 weeks ago, so I don't have that. And the little kind of like spluting one from Loops and Knots Crochet, that one also sold. So I decided to look through my farm animals folder for the patterns that I have, and I found this pattern that I had bought maybe about 2 months ago or so from, I I don't think any of us really know how to say it, Hugurumi or Hugurumi. Um, and anyway, so this is not one of the colors that she has in the pattern. When in her pattern, she has the cows are white, and she uses pastel. She has like, excuse me, she's got yellow, she's got pink, she's got light blue. But I wanted to do more traditional cow colors. It worked up pretty quick. Um, to me, the head is maybe a little, excuse me, a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, because as I'm doing the head, I'm like, oh wow, that's going to be a decent sized cow. And then I have the little body. But I counted my rows thinking maybe I had, miscounted, or, did an extra row for the head, but nope, this is the correct number of rows. But I think he's cute. And what I like about this pattern is that the muzzle is crocheted in. It is part of his head. It's not like an oval that, you chain 6 and then you work both sides of the chain. I can't stand doing that, because I always mess it up. Maybe because I'm a little impatient too. All right, sorry about that. I had gotten a dry spot in my throat, and I was my eyes were starting to water, and I had to, edit that out. But anyway, like I was saying, his muzzle is, you come across it in the pattern, it's double crochets that you're doing, and then it's a row of half double crochets, and then decreases, and it forms a really nice muzzle for him. um, but yeah, I think he's cute. I added the white accent around his eyes. I thought about not putting the safety eyes in, and maybe doing some cute felt eyes. Maybe I'll get next week some more of them made, because Lord knows I got plenty of shows coming up. Um, and we'll see. So, and maybe I'll do him white and black, and maybe I'll do some other colors too, because Lord knows I've got plenty of yarn. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, probably not, because it's not really important. I did get part of my, I did get some of that yarn that was over there, that huge hot mess that had been laying on the floor for, 2-3 weeks. Um, put away. This is actually stuff that I can't fit in my cubes right now. I've really gotta, I shouldn't say that. I can probably fit it. It's just I need to sit down and rework everything, because I have like a 9 cube right here that y'all can't see. And 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 of the cubes aren't really used. I've just got random yarn on it. So I have to get it a little more organized. And then, because I've got a whole bunch of Parfait XL sitting on the floor that I just haven't gotten a chance to figure out where it's going. Okay, so let's see what else was on. So the rubber ducky, did that. Okay, got my Grinches, and I started to run really low on the little mini octopi that I usually have on my table in a little dish. And I sell them 2 for $5, because I make them out of scrap yarn. Um, so this, I believe, is probably the All from Jade pattern. I'm not sure. Um, I made them a long time ago, and I just needed to stuff them and close up the bottoms, which I've stuffed them, and I've got some of them closed up, some of them not closed up. But like I said, I sell them for $2.50 because they're made with scrap yarn, and I believe they've got like 10mm eyes on them, which I've got a gajillion of. So it's not really that much of a cost, drain on it. And everybody loves them. And people don't usually grab just one. They usually grab two, and it's $5. Um, so I do have two new patterns that are free from Instagram that I made from Christine at uh, What's Up Cupcake, or I can't remember. I'm telling you, my brain has shut off for the night. Um, but I made her pineapple, which I think is adorable. Really cute, really easy, really quick pattern. I also made the sign. Um, she says that she has this available on her website for you to download, but I couldn't find it. The only thing that I could find was the one for the positive potato, and I couldn't figure out how to download it because it's shared via Canva, and I don't, I mean, I have Canva, I have Canva Pro and everything, so it's not like I had to be logged in, or that didn't have an account or anything, but um I couldn't figure out how to get it, downloaded. So I said, you know what, it's pretty simple. I'll go ahead and make my own. So, but yeah, so I just took a little image from Canva and, whatever font that I wanted, and sized it to what I thought it would be, and laminated them. And I was able to cut them out on my Cricut, because they must have done some firmware updates or something, because my my print and cut was able to read the lines on the printout with it being laminated, which I had trouble with that before. But so I have 4 of the pineapples made, which, like I said, I think they're adorable. And thank you to Christine for sharing that on her Instagram. I will we'll link everything in my spreadsheet down below. And I also made her positive potatoes, or whatever it is. It's like I said, I couldn't figure out how to download the image that she had on her website. Um, so I just made my own. Like I said, and laminated it and hot glued it on, and I hot glued his hands to the sides so that it looks like he's holding it. So again, I've got 4 of the potatoes. Um, and that is pretty much everything that I have for this week. I did make my I made extra of the positive potato things in case they sell, so I already have them cut out. I made the signs that I think I had mentioned that I was needing for some things on my table that I don't think people really knew what they were. So we will see how that goes. So, and with that, I'm going to talk to my husband and see if we can go to bed, because it's late. I need some sleep. um, but as I always forget to say, I appreciate y'all watching my videos. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. If you don't like the content, let me know, so that we can, so I can change it up. But anyway, gotta go. My daughter's calling me. Have a good night, guys.